All right, good morning, all of our students here with Spartanburg County Adult Education. This is Mrs. Giles, and I'm going to take just a few minutes to briefly go over the best way to register a GED.com account. Now, many of you are home right now and you're studying, and you really want to take a GED ready, but you're not on one of our sites. That's okay. You can do that on your own. There is a small cost with each GED ready. They run about $6 a piece. And I'm going to show you today how to go on GED.com, set up your own account, and register your information so that you can look at the GED.com account to see what it has to offer, and that you may also possibly be preparing yourself to take a GED ready. So with that said, I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you guys. And we're going to go to GED.com. So again, GED.com. And you're going to see here where it says log in or sign up. If you have ever at any time created a GED account, you need to go in and make sure that you don't already have one that exists. So again, if you've ever done it before, you're going to go to log in, put in that email address you think you may have used and that password that you may have used. Because if you try to sign up and you already have an account, it's going to prompt you that you already have an account. So again, think back in the recesses of your mind. If you've ever had an account before, start there first. Okay? I'm going to assume for this video's purposes that none of us have ever had a GED.com account. Okay? So I'm going to start by clicking sign up. And it's going to ask you to put in your email and your password. So today I'm going to put in my school password or my school email. And then I like to use passwords that are easy to remember. And also remember, if you do test at one of our sites, Mrs. Johnson usually helps with registering for that first test. So I always try to pick something that's pretty easy for her to remember. So for me, I'm going to pick spring with a capital S 2020 exclamation point. And you'll see here that by doing that, it contained 8 or more characters, contains letters, it had at least one number, and it had a symbol, and it could not contain your email. Okay, so hit all of those check offs. And then I'm going to hit sign up. Okay, and here comes to your personal information page. This is really key because many of us have cell phones numbers that have changed or will change. We want to make sure that we put the most recent information that we have. So you also want to pay close attention to notice that it says what's on your driver's license or passport. That is certainly very important. Some of our students maybe have moved from another state and live at a different address. So again, you want to make sure that your address matches. If you are in a situation in which your state ID is from another state, so it would not match the address that you're living in, that's okay. Here, let's put the address that you live and then speak with your GED teacher directly to figure out the best way to move forward. When you test for GED, they're going to want your driver's license to match this information. If it does not, we can certainly work with you for some other options. But for today's training purposes, let's go with where you live, what your actual physical address is. Okay, so let's start with your first name. And again, my first name is Courtney, so I'm putting in my information. My middle name is optional, and then the last name as it appears on the ID. Okay, put your birth date in. So many of you that are under the age of 19 will have what we call an age alert, and we'll work with you to get that. And I'm certainly not under the age of 19. Take it off. You're going to go ahead and put in your mailing address. So I'm going to just put in, you're going to see that it comes up. All right. Okay. And you want to make sure that you read through the policies and the terms and conditions of the testing, and you're going to hit yes that you agree to those policies. Okay. So again, we filled out our personal information to the best of our ability. And again, we're making sure we're using where we physically live today, even though our driver's license may not reflect that. We can look at some other options when you get back to class to talk about that. And we're going to hit continue. It may give you one of these messages, and we're going to say yes. Use what I typed. Okay. Now, the neat thing about this is they will text you information, because you could certainly put in your phone number, and that's fine. You would also want them to email you information. That certainly is very important, because they will offer specials from time to time, especially right now with so much going on in the world. I have a feeling they'll be cutting some of the prices of the GED Readies, where we know they're usually $6. You might receive an email or a text saying that they've cut that price in half. So I would select both of those boxes and hit continue. Again, it may ask you could not verify your email address. I'm going to say use what we have now. And then we're going to continue. Now, you're going to get here. Some companies pay for the cost of the GED program for their employers. Let's see if you're eligible to participate. Are you currently working? Most of you will know if your employer is one that will help. You certainly can search some of the employers that may, you could put in, say I work at McDonald's. You might could select that. If you know for a fact that they don't, you can just hit no, maybe, or rather you're not working, if you're self-employed, and hit continue. This is a very important piece of this, and this is actually one of the #1 reasons why I decided to do this little Zoom with you, is because I want you guys to remember you need to always select your testing location, and that allows us to be able to go in and help you with registration. It also allows us to go in and be able to see your scores. So it's very important. So obviously we are in South Carolina. That's where we plan to take it. Are you currently enrolled in high school? Most all of us are going to say no, because otherwise why we would be taking the GED. And we're going to hit continue. All right. Are you interested in attending GED classes? Yes. Hit continue. Now again, this is a very important piece. You want to make sure you select us. I'm putting in Spartanburg, South Carolina, find. And you're going to see that there's several things right in this area. Be sure you select Spartanburg County Adult Education. Do not select Adult Learning Center. That is something completely different. So make sure you select us. Again, that's important so that we can help you with the registration process should you need our assistance. Okay, double check your selection. Yep, Skyland Drive, that's us. We're going to come down to continue. Now, some of us may require some additional testing accommodations. Most of you who require that or seek to find out if you require that have already spoken with your site coordinator. If you do have a documented disability, you would select yes. If you do not have a documented disability, which would be most of us, we would hit no. I'm going to say no. Again, if you have a documented disability, that means that while you were in school, you had an IEP or perhaps a 504 plan when you were in high school, or even if you were in a situation where you attended vocational rehab, you might have some accommodations through that program that fall under the IEP or the 504. But again, most of us would not, so we're going to select no, and we're going to hit continue. All right, and here we are. Welcome to the GED. So again, I'm going to stop right there. We've gone through the process. We've gone to GED.com. We've signed up. We've entered our information. We've made sure to put our true physical address. We selected Spartanburg County Adult Education as our site. We have agree to let them text us or email us information, because we want to make sure that if they do offer any specials, especially while we're home, that we would be able to take advantage of those. And we're going to hit get started. All right. So this brings us to our first screen. And let's just say most of us like to start on math. We've been working at home on our math. Maybe we've been doing some essential ed, some math practice. So we're going to click math. You can certainly select this if you think it would be helpful to you, but you do not have to. It asks, when do you want to take your math test? Right now, with our situation, we may just need to select in 6 weeks. But again, you may know you're ready. Maybe you need just to brush up through classes. We're going to select in 6 weeks, though. All right, you've selected a goal. Okay. So now it's going to log you into what we would see as the main screen every time you log into GED.com. And each time you're ready to look at a certain subject area, you would come here to this bar and select. So again, we're on math. This tells you a little bit about the test. It's 115 minutes, it's 2 parts, it's 4 topics, and it costs $37.50 if you choose to pay for it on your own. There's also some study guides. Talks a little bit about the intro to the math, basic math, geometry, basic algebra, graphs and functions. So while you're at home and you're looking for information and you're trying to figure out what do I need to study, actually going onto the GED.com site and setting up your own account will allow you to get into some materials that maybe you hadn't thought about. If you would like to do a GED ready, you certainly can. Here's where we have the free math practice, the GED flashcards for math, and there is a cost associated with that, and the GED ready practice. Most of us will want to start with a practice test. So let's click on it. Now, you can purchase one subject test, or you can buy all 4. There's a little bit of a discount here if you buy all 4. Some of us have a voucher code that we may want to redeem, and you certainly can do that as well. The vouchers are given through our program. Unfortunately, right now with us not being in school, we're not issuing vouchers. So you would need to buy a subject test. Again, we're going to pretend we're going to do math. Continue. And they're going to prepare your order. Proceed to the checkout. It's obviously going to get to a part where you're going to have to put in a credit card information, and I'm not going to do that necessarily for you, obviously, because I'm not going to take a GED ready for you right now. But this is where you could put in your credit card information, PayPal card, Visa. I believe they take everything that you could possibly use, and you would place your order. Okay. At that point, it would ask you to start the test. And the GED practice is very short in terms of the in terms of the GED test that you would be taking for real. So hopefully this will give you a good bit of information. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always available. I'm going to go ahead and kind of wrap this session up and just let you guys know that we are here for you, and hopefully this has been a good opportunity for you to see how to log in to GED.com. Again, this is Courtney Giles. I'm with Spartanburg County Adult Education. Feel free to reach out to any of us. We are always happy to help, and review this video if you need any help logging into the GED.com account or creating your own GED.com account. Thanks so much.